Hi everyone. I don't really know how to start this, so I'll just start. I'm making this channel as my own personal digital diary. Not for views, not for anyone else, really. Just for me. I want to tell my story before I forget it. I've spent a long time emotionally repressing myself, and I'm scared that if I don't get these memories down somewhere, they'll slowly disappear. For years, I kept my emotions buried instead of dealing with them. Somewhere along the way, it started to feel like pieces of my memories were quietly fading away. That's one of the reasons I'm making this video. I know my life probably isn't that interesting. Honestly, I think it's kind of boring, but I don't care. It's mine, and that's enough reason to tell it. So, let's start at the beginning. I was born somewhere in Asia. I'm not going to say exactly where or get too specific about certain things. I'm just not confident enough to be known, not fully. Maybe it's privacy, maybe it's self-protection. Call it whatever you want. I just need that distance for now. I was born with pale white skin, and before I even turned 3 years old, I ended up in the hospital. I had a very high fever and seizures. I think I almost died, but I didn't. I'm still here. My very first memory comes from when I was around 3 years old. I'm sitting on the floor playing with one of those shape sorter toys. You know, the ones where you push different shaped blocks into matching holes. There were all kinds of colors: red, blue, yellow. I don't remember every detail anymore, but I remember how that room felt. Warm, quiet, safe. And then there's the part that stayed with me the most. It wasn't really the toy. It was the sunlight. Bright rays pouring through the window, filling the room while I played. That's the part I still remember the clearest. I also remember the first music with lyrics that I ever heard. I don't remember what the song actually was. In my head, it just sounded like, Maui, Maui. Funny how memories work. Sometimes you forget the words, but somehow you never forget the feeling. I also remember an old white computer in the first apartment we lived in. I don't think it was the computer itself that scared me. It was a strange sound that I somehow connected to it, even though the computer wasn't even turned on. I still don't know where that sound came from or why it frightened me so much. It's one of those memories that stayed, even after the explanation disappeared. That memory just stops. There isn't really an ending to it, and honestly, I'm okay with that. I don't think every memory needs to make perfect sense. Sometimes it's enough just to remember how it felt. My next memory jumps forward. By then, we'd already moved into our second apartment. I was about 4 years old. That's when I feel like my memory really turned on. From that point on, I started remembering more places, more people, and more little moments that stayed with me. It was me, my mom, my dad, my younger brother, and my younger sister. I was the oldest. I didn't really think much about it back then. We were just a family. Before I met anyone else, I think my first friends were my own family. Then one day, we met the kid who lived next door. He became our very first friend who wasn't related to us. It probably doesn't sound like a big moment now, but when you're 4 years old, meeting someone new feels like your whole world just got a little bigger. Looking back, those days felt so simple. I didn't know it then, but those little moments would become some of the memories I'd hold onto the longest. And I guess that's why I'm making this channel, so these memories have somewhere to live, even if one day mine start fading. I think this is a good place to stop for today. There are still so many memories left, and maybe I'll tell those another day. Hey, future me, I don't know when you'll watch this, maybe next year, maybe 10 years from now. If you've forgotten these memories, I hope this helps you find them again. And if you still remember everything, then I'm glad we wrote them down anyway. This wasn't really for anyone else, it was for us. See you in episode 2.